NZNBL action live from the Trafalgar Centre in downtown Nelson here on the home of sports, Sky Sport, and live free to air on Prime. The Nelson Giants taking on the Southland Sharks. Kia ora, very good evening to you. Hugh Bain here alongside Phil Jones. Phil, it's as if we never left. The second of a doubleheader, of course, following the Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa game between the Poakai and the Kahu. A win for the Kahu in that one. This one, the Giants and the Sharks. And I guess the biggest news, and heartwarming news it is, a return to Aotearoa, a return to the sideline for Coach Rob Beveridge for the Sharks. Yeah,
obviously great to have him back, and maybe it's a little bit of context about what happened to him. He fell off a roof and apparently about a 6-metre fall, and he was very lucky, obviously, to survive that, and great to have him back here in New Zealand.
It could be a galvanising feature for the Sharks, who may need it, as we'll see soon when the ladder comes up. We see the games already this round, and a tough back-to-back midweek for the Bulls. They split it, and they went down to the ever-impressive Taranaki Airs in 2022, followed by a win over the Jets. Saints Nuggets, the second of a doubleheader with a Tauihi game tomorrow from the capital city, off to Tamaki Makaurau after that for the Tuatara and the Rams. Hawks Nuggets, Giants Jets coming your way midweek. The basketball, it never stops in 2022 as we have a look at the ladder, and the Nelson Giants sitting second, 8-4. Just a win or two, other results pending from solidifying a spot in the top 6. The Sharks, we're not used to seeing the Sharks down there at this time of the season, 3-9, Phil.
No, absolutely not. And I think you know, they've had quite a bit of disruption with losing their coach, and you know, some of their players are struggling a little bit for fitness. So I'm pretty sure they'll come out pretty prepared to play tonight, though. Here's
the starting five. Some late mail. Winston Shepherd III is out, injured in shoot-around today. So Deshaun Knight, Lonzo Burton in the backcourt. Mojave King on the wing. Braden Inga into the starting lineup. And big, bad Romaro Gill at centre. Let's hear from the returning coach, Rob Beveridge.
Rob, obviously good to have you back. How are you feeling?
Look, I feel great, actually. Not physically, but I'm just so happy to be here. Like, to be able to get back to New Zealand, get back with my team. It's put me back in a bit of a happy place. It was pretty tough, you know, being away, watching the team struggle and things like that. So I'm pretty happy to be back with the boys again.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, the team's probably not where you would like them to be, but still a bit of the season to go. So have you sort of refocused them, and what have you talked to them about doing, you know, the next few games?
One of the first things I said to them, this is only a game. And I think what I've just gone through is you know, a real life-changing type of perspective on things, and it's only a game. I want them to go out and have some fun, play to their strengths, play with a bit of a swagger. You know, I won't accept you know, poor efforts or poor body language or anything like that, because they're very, very lucky. I'm very lucky with what we do. So I want them to go out and just play as hard as they possibly can, and whatever happens, happens.
Well, all the best for the game. Good to have you back.
Thanks, Phil.
Yeah, some wonderful perspectives there from Bevo, and great to have him back. As we look at the starting lineup for the Mike Parra Nelson Giants, Jared West, one of the MVP front runners. There he is in the backcourt with Alex McNaught. Sam Thompson on the wing. Sam Dempster having a career season in year 13 in the NZNBL, and Trey Morning at the 5 spot. Their head coach, a Nelson lad through and through. It's Mike Fitchett.
Mike, obviously coming off the back of a loss last weekend. That's something you probably don't want to be reminded about. But heading into tonight's game, how's the team looking, and sort of how have you prepared for this one?
Yeah, it's always a bit easier when you lose a game to prepare, because you can, you know, everyone's a little bit more focused and locked in. So we know Southland come in with a really strong squad, even though they're not at the right end of the table at the moment. So, you know, we've got a couple of injuries and issues there as well, but I think we're going to come out pretty focused tonight.
And heading into the latter part of the season, obviously every win's pretty important. This one, no more than most. But how have you sort of focused the team heading into the last part of the season?
Yeah, it's one game at a time, because I'm a coach. That's a cliche that I have to use, legally required to use. But we did have a look at the bigger picture and talk about playoffs and what those top 2 positions mean. But we're focused on Southland tonight, not worrying about the future.
Yeah. All the best for the game. Cheers.
Head-to-head as we look at 2 of the more efficient and more successful three-point teams in 2022, Phil.
Yeah, both teams have got capable shooters amongst their squads, and that'll be, I'm sure, a real focus for both teams tonight, making sure that they're not getting too many threes away. But it's pretty tough for the offenses they run. They do find themselves in a position to actually shoot the ball a lot from the three-point line. So, yeah, no doubt we'll see a few more tonight.
Said no Winston Shepherd. Trey Morning very much in action. No Riley Benjamin for the Nelson Giants. Hurt his ankle playing in the week, as we see the TAB odds starting with a head-to-head. 71% favourites are the Nelson Giants. The Sharks languishing at the bottom of the ladder so far. The half-time, full-time double option right there. Giants half-time and full-time, 170 paying. Total points has been set at 168.5 for the over-under, $1.85. R18, remember, please do gamble responsibly. Fans young and old, get ready. That is a large bag of lollies. That young fellow will be bouncing off the walls of the Trafalgar Centre if he gets through that tonight.
You're right, that's right.
Great crowd again in at the Trafalgar Centre. Sold out all games so far. As we see the referees, Hayden Pipe and Corey Hogg are there. Tim Brown is plane is due to land. It was delayed any moment now, so we're expecting Tim Brown to jump in at quarter time. So on the left of your screen, Duran Fiu, who just refereed the Toihi game. So pulled him out of the shower, said, Duran, suit up, you're back on until Tim gets here. So Hayden Pipe will assume the duties of crew chief until Tim arrives.
Probably lucky that we had the Toihi game beforehand, otherwise we may have seen you out there refereeing, and we don't want to see that.
Well, there's Trey Morning suiting, sporting, I should say, a new hairstyle, Phil.
Yeah. Not really too sure what else to say about the hairstyle.
I think it looks great. Yeah.
I would say I'm completely jealous because it's not something I could do.
No, just Sharpie.
Or
probably get
even
that
if I
going
could
on
do it, it wouldn't look very good on me, I don't think.
I would love to see young Phil Jones bringing out the braids. Okay, Giants Sharks, round 11 of the NZNBL. We're approaching business time in the league. Young Cooper Campion brings out the ball, more like Cooper Champion. Look at him. Well done to him delivering the ball in amongst the tall timber. And the tallest of timber, Romaro Gill, the tallest player ever in the NZNBL. Standing astride in mid-court, looking to contest the tip, which I believe he's 100% on in 2022. Him and Trey Morning will go at it, and it is Gill who controls the tip, and Deshaun Knight who has the first possession. So no Dominique Kelman-Porto, of course, away with the 3x3 Tall Blacks. They're into the quarterfinal. Congratulations to them overseas at the 3x3 Asia Cup.
Straight away we see Mojave King aggressive to the basket, and Romaro Gill just showing how effective he is on the offensive boards.
Really interesting to hear Coach Beveridge's comments before the game, Phil, because it is no secret. You know, the Sharks haven't looked themselves in the last few weeks. Their body language hasn't been great, so he can change that with his return. Then watch out, because this team is not short of talent.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a real danger for the Giants, because if they take these guys lightly, that's a problem.
Stop and pop for Sam Thompson from the baseline. Can't get it to go. Braden Inga with the board. He'll be enjoying extended minutes tonight with no DKP and no Winston Shepherd. Talented young Kiwi. Here's Gill, low in the post. We've seen Trey Morning just over the past few weeks get into a little bit of foul trouble, so maybe the Sharks looking to go at the American star early.
Good, Sammy. Pop it, let's go.
Dempster went not wide open under the hoop, not seen by his captain. So back to Sam Thompson they go, and he's just stood on the sideline. That dunk won't count.
Look good though. That damn defender on the sideline. It's hard work. Hard work to beat that defender, that's for sure.
See both games start with good defense from the sideline. So here go the Sharks. Deshaun Knight, Jared West, this will be a battle. Deshaun Knight, more than capable of dropping 30 points. Has done multiple times in the NBL for his former team, the 102 Jets. That ball poked away by Morning. And here he is down low. Good position for Trey Morning. Misses the first and blocks the second by Braden Inga.
A really good job by Morning, just running the fast break, early paint touch, and just real deep paint touch, and just couldn't quite finish it. See the Sharks fall into his zone.
Foul call. Deshaun Knight, the culprit. That is from the sideline. Braden Inga spent the year with the Cairns Taipans. Former team of yours, Phil.
He would have played alongside Mojave King.
West the deep three. King of the 36ers last year, most recent season. The Taipans before that. As Knight looks to run downhill at Morning. Stop. Turns, good hand from Trey Morning. Braden Inga though with the follow.
Braden Inga. Take points for that one.
So an early 4-0 lead for the visiting team as West fires it over to Sam Dempster for three-point land. Down it goes. Dempster for three.
And he has been automatic there from three-point line this year.
Defense.
This King back to Inga, looking to fire that in kind. Backs it in, Braden Inga.
And Inga, I remember his first season in the NBL, he came out and he was tough, you know, and teams have kind of figured him out. But if he gets going, he is a tough man to handle, as we see.
Speaking of tough to handle,
Gill.
protecting the rim, patrolling the paint, as always. Romaro Gill blocks it.
See the replay.
The backboard.
Nice little pick and roll. Gill
Onto his own head.
Yeah.
Oh, Morning, smart pass down low. Such is the presence of Gill, you can't hang around there for more than a second under the hoop. Oh, Alex McNaught with a beautiful show and go. And has Sam Dempster affected a turnover?
Well, hard to see the replay here. Alex McNaught just a little shake and bake, change of direction.
Here we go.
100% sure what happened here, but
We're up. Switch it off.
Referee's just discussing what each of them saw. It looks like by the body language of the players, it will be Giant. No, it's Shuck's ball.
I think they may have been talking about Sam because he was standing out of bounds. Sam Dempster was out of bounds when he came in and kind of challenged Inga as he was passing the ball in. And you do have to be in the court to be able to play any type of defense or offense, as we've seen earlier.
Either way, we're back underway. 7-5 Sharks lead. Inga looking really... Oh, hello, Romaro Gill as he throws it down. Basket counts. Foul on Trey Morning.
Let's see here. Inga, again, being a facilitator this time, and Romaro Gill just dunks that home. Love a dunk shot in the NBL.
Gill from the free throw.
Talking about the three-point play. And here go the Giants of the races. Jared West out in front of everyone and finishing as well. Well, that was pre-planned from the Giants. West and Morning combining beautifully. Inga catch and shoot for three. Too strong. West with the board. Oh, the no-look pass is a beautiful one. And there goes Trey Morning. Well, this game's just come to life in the last three possessions from both teams.
Highlight after highlight right now.
Just settle into a bit of normalcy. No help defense or not in time as Deshaun Knight beats Alex McNaught off the dribble.
Deshaun Knight, very crafty with the ball. Once he gets you on your hip, he's pretty tough to get in front of.
Here's McNaught. Morning might think about that three, does, and drains it. Trey Morning right out in front.
Morning will be feeling good about that, and it's been a while since he's seen a three-pointer go in the last few games.
Inga, he's got a height mismatch. Does he have a strength mismatch? Alex McNaught, we know, is a little bulldog. The Giants are pushing the pace. I wonder, Phil, that's something to do with Romaro Gill as Deshaun Knight. That pass might just get away from him. He does brilliantly to keep that in bounds.
Yeah, it's definitely not a big man's pace at the moment, that's for sure.
That's one way to take Romaro Gill out the defensive game. Who's that come off?
I feel like that may have come off Jared West's foot.
Yeah, and the refs are just going to go together and discuss it. Have a look at the replay ourselves. Not that the refs get this.
That was off Romaro Gill's foot.
That's exactly what the refs have decided.
Extremely
Even
large
without the
feet, mind
replay.
you.
Yeah, geez.
Probably pretty easy to bounce it off your feet when they're that big.
Liam McRae into the game. Giving Gill a break. Man out of pass. Tyler Marsh into the game for Alex McNaught. Crashed off the bench last week, did Marsh. Probably set for a few more minutes with Benjamin now out.
And he had a really good game last week.
Oh, Nick Trathon, of course, again for the Giants, still recovering from a shoulder injury. So a couple of star bench individuals out. Tyler Marsh straight into the game, straight onto the score sheet as he drains a three. Always the popular bucket at the Trafalgar Centre is Tyler Marsh.
He's carrying on from where he left off in the last game, knocking down a few threes.
Julia Lasonge Ape looking to respond in kind, and he does just that. Oh, Marsh, just brilliantly. Like Odell Beckham Jr. to pull that one in. Dempster, catch and shoot. Wow. Geez, we spoke about these two teams and their three-point pedigree before this game started, and it's coming to the fore. What a frenetic start. This time it's Mojave King, doesn't go. Rebound, Dempster. Two of the more commonly said words in this building.
Dempster's cleaning up the boards at the moment.
Around the Morning screen, Marsh diving to the hoop, which made space for Morning. This three doesn't go. Who's come down with that one? Liam McRae, Deshaun Knight. Well, Dempster, though, has just taken it out of the big man's hands. Tyler Marsh won't say no to that one. A deep one, just short. And Mojave King tidies it up for the Southland Sharks.
And I like that from Marsh. He needs to keep shooting it.
Deshaun Knight, beautiful hesitation and a finish. 18-16, Dempster goes at McRae. And there's a trip to the Rosine foul line.
A little bit frustrated with himself there, for not finishing that play.
We have a timeout here. The teams are going to talk it over as we see Dempster on the GJ Gardner Holmes replay.
It's not often you see Dempster take it to the hoop, unless he really has to. Especially the way he's shooting the ball from the three-point line this year.
And welcome to the game. Tim Brown, the referee, as he makes his way onto the court, fresh off a late flight. So, Duran Fiu, take a seat and we'll listen to Mike Fitchett.
Sammy D on the ball. T Marsh and Westy. All right, we get it in, nice and deep. We take that one away with the other guard, okay? Sam Thompson, you're reading body language, okay? Hit it, fellas. McRae's out there, we can go at that, okay? Great screens, but be quick out of it, okay?
Listen, on night, we got to square up first.
Yeah.
Square up, then when we hear the ball screen, then we get into them. Here we go.
Giants on do, 1 to 2. Giants. Let's go.
Hey, night one's left.
Yeah, go in.
Night one's left.
Player assistant coach Jared West,
Yeah.
always vocal in the timeouts.
Yeah, Coach Fitchett always talks about Jared West and his ability to play/coach, particularly in a training environment. Coach Fitchett talking about Liam McRae that's on the court for the Southland Sharks and feeling like they've got a bit of a mismatch when he switches on to the guards of the Giants.
Sam Dempster averaging just over 13 points and 8 rebounds a game in 2022. Makes them both from the Rosine line. Jalen Gerrard into the game. It's this time it's the Sharks who go the races. Just Connor Cole finishing it off. The local Southlander.
Yeah, that's not really good enough from the Giants after free throws, allowing a fast break like that.
Jordan Schwager out there for the Giants. Ball in hand. The big man finds Dempster. Elevates over Liam McRae. Sam Dempster. This time from two-point territory.
I like the mindset of Sam Dempster at the moment. He's really looking to be aggressive offensively.
Foul on Jared West as he was just going around the big screen of Liam McRae. First on him.
Jared West not happy with the call.
Julia Lasongayape brings it up for the Southland Sharks. Here's Mohamed King back to Lasongayape. Bit of ball work, bit of step back. 3 doesn't go. Schwager with the board. West. Great pass down low to Schwager. That's the easiest bucket he's had so far in his Giants career.
Yeah, great patience by West. Saw the switch coming and then they left the big man open.
Jared just walks into a 3-ball and banks it in.
I'll tell you what, the bank is open tonight for the Sharks in Trafalgar Centre.
They do have SBS on their jersey. It's a banking joke.
I got it.
Sam Thompson, Tyler Marsh in the corner in front of his bench, just short. Schwager had good position, and I think Mohamed King's been called for pulling. He has. Just holding Jordan Schwager's arm.
I wonder if referee Tim Brown came dressed for the game. On the plane, got changed into his uniform.
They're not travel in their uniforms. Trey Morning back into the game. Oh, again, wide open under the hoop, and again, he throws it down with 2 hands. Jarrett West and Trey Morning on some sort of telepathic level so far tonight.
It's the dunk fest for the Giants at the moment. It's 3 in this first quarter.
Alonzo Burton. Knocked out of bounds by Sam Thompson. Alonzo Burton, one of the more popular players in our league. So, wonderful young man. Great ambassador for our sport. Son, of course, of the legendary Willie Burton, who I feel like he played in the NBL for upwards of 50 years.
He did. Well, no, maybe he didn't, but he's been around for a long time. Willie, one of the top guys.
You go through the rebounding awards in the NBL. I swear he won them something like 15 years apart, and multiple times as well. Jarrett has taken some contact there, and it's a shot clock violation. Bit of physicality being allowed in this one by the referees, and the players are here for it. 25 to go in the first quarter, 26-21. It's quite loud in here, Phil. I'm struggling to hear referee whistles.
There's a lot of chatter from the coach. Plenty from the crowd.
Songayape, screened by Schwager. West to McNaught, scampers along the baseline. Liam McRae. Oh, running hook from Alex McNaught. Schwager reads the rebound beautifully for the Giants reset. Tyler Marsh in his purple shoes. McNaught catches shoot from the wing. Short. Jaron comes in for the board. Under a minute to go in the first quarter. Marsh with the steal. Here's West. Probing, dropping off to Schwager. Through the contact to finish. Jordan Schwager.
Nice pass by West again.
Mara Gill hoping he'll get one more say in this quarter as he gets ready to check in. Well, that pass a little bit wayward. Who's going to get that? Either way, it's a backcourt violation. Slight miscommunication between the backcourt of the Southland Sharks. Mara Gill walks into the court, puts his arm up to tell someone who's been subbed, and I swear he almost knocks the speaker system off the roof.
Yeah.
There's a long arm.
Almost start cleaning the ceiling, and the ceiling's quite a long way off the ground.
Horns one. Go. Corner. Good, yeah. Yeah, go.
West. Morning. He's shrugged off by his own teammate. West with the floater. Oh, Daryl Corletto-esque from Jared West.
Tough for Mara Gill to stay in front of that.
Truly in the song out there, coast to coast. Beautiful stuff. 5 seconds to go. The Giants will get the last say. A deep three from Jared West. That's off. What a first quarter of basketball here at the Trafalgar Centre. End-to-end stuff. Frenetic. 30 points to 23. The White Prairie Nelson Giants lead the Southland Sharks. If the next 3 quarters are anything like that, we are in for a treat tonight here on Sky Sport. Welcome back to the Trafalgar Centre. The Giants lead the Sharks 30 points to 23 at quarter time. It's a great first quarter. They had a bit of everything. Both teams shooting well from beyond the arc. Of course, what we see and enjoy, sometimes the coaches don't. So let's head over to a coach and Rob Beveridge of the Southland Sharks. And Bevo, on behalf of Sky Sport and the league, a big welcome back. And I know we won't labour the point, but it is great to see you back in Aotearoa.
Hey, thanks, mate. Well, it's good to be back.
Now, talk us through that first quarter. The crowd have certainly enjoyed it. Those at home would have as well. Had a bit of everything. Fun basketball to watch, but what about from a coaching and winning point of view?
Yeah, look, I mean, again, defensively, I thought we sucked. To give up 30 points like that. We're just breaking down on real simple stuff. We look, very disorganised defensively. All I want us to do is stay in front of our man. I want to minimise the switching, but at the moment we're all over the shop, so we've got to tidy that up right now.
How do you have an answer for Jared West when you come into a game with the scout, given the season he's had?
Oh, look, he's been outstanding, and he's grown with confidence every single game. He's obviously in the top few MVPs of the league, and enormous amount of respect for him. I'm throwing young guys on him as a challenge to see if they can see how they can defend him.
Thanks for your time, Bevo.
Thanks, mate.
30-23, the Giants lead the Sharks. Tapped out of bounds by the Giants, by the Sharks, I should say. So the Giants gets back underway through Tyler Marsh. Here is West. Trafalgar out there as well with Menort and Morning. West gets a mismatch that he might enjoy. Big Romaro Gill on him. Passes out of it to Tyler Marsh. Gets Burton to bite. Marsh's three is off though. And the Sharks come down with it.
Yeah, I thought maybe you may have seen West go at Gill again. Previous position he did at the end of the last quarter.
Oh, Braden Inga with a confident-looking baseline J. Marsh down low to Morning they go. Back to Tyler Marsh, just time he puts the ball on the floor. Up to his preferred left, and he gets it to go. Tyler Marsh.
Yeah, nice work by Tyler Marsh, missing the last few threes, so puts the ball on the floor and gets to the basket. Comes out with a steal.
Just almost as close to a genuine pocket pit as you can get. West around the big Schwalger screen, the no-look pass to Jordan Schwalger. Romaro Gill went to meet him at the rim. Jalen Jaron the other way, up with the left. He can't get it to go.
With the rebound.
And here's McNaught. Watch out, Gill's there, and he pins it off the backboard.
Oh, and Schwalger's come down hard on his ankle, I think.
Will be seen to as we just see the replay here.
Romaro Gill just gets another one.
Oh, it's just Julia Lasonge Api and Schwalger just collided, both looking up at the ball. So I don't think there was anything intentional in it.
He just dropped the shoulder straight in him.
I think they just, Schwalger just ended up putting his foot on top of...
Fitchett coming over to see if there's a replay. Waiting patiently if there is going to be one, as John Schwalger's seen to by the physio team from the Nelson Giants.
There was nothing in
sit down,
it.
shut the fuck
It was just a little.
Sorry, Tim.
I think there's the apology from Mike Fitcher as he saw the replay and realised that Juliana Sangapi was looking up at the ball and certainly didn't know that Jordan Schwager was there.
Yeah.
So
Clean play. Wasn't a dirty play.
I'll tell you something about Mike
We need to
Fitcher.
make a sub. We need to make a sub.
He'll,
Sammy.
You know,
Well,
give
can
the
we have
officials, and I've been both league officials and match officials, what he thinks. But then if he's wrong,
clean.
he's the first to say, "Oh, yep, my bad. Sorry about that." As we've just seen happen right in front of your very eyes. 34-25, the Giants lead the Sharks. Schwager off, of course. As he's seen to by the medical staff. So Dempster and Morning in the front court for the Giants.
Yeah, keep it bobbing. Keep it bobbing. Got it.
Morning. Bit of space left between Gills. Gills talking to the referee, and Morning looked to capitalise on Gills' momentary lapse of concentration. Oh, Alex McNaught. A great hustle plays typified his season so far. Morning for three. Off and out of bounds he goes. There's a wet spot on the court as the referees will pause this one and just wipe it off. And there's a big cheer you may have heard as number 2, Jared Burnett, comes into the game for the Giants. Special night for him and his partner, Lauren Hippolyte, who played in the earlier game. So there is young Jared, who sat watching attentively as his girlfriend Lauren played for the mainland Poakai. And now Lauren sitting not far behind us with the Poakai, watching on as Jared plays for the Giants. So wonderful night for those two. He's got the unenviable task of looking after Alonzo Burton. Now he's been switched on to Braden Inga, who might make work on this mismatch. Oh, Braden Inga with the touch.
It's a little bit too big there for Jared Burnett.
Dempster to hand it off to McNaught. McNaught look back for his captain. The Sharks shut down that avenue. Burnett. McNaught for three. That doesn't go. And we have a foul here on the rebound. Alonzo, I should say Trey Morning, called for the foul.
That's number 2 on Trey Morning. I really like the way the Giants are moving the basketball. You know, they're getting good side-to-side movement with the ball, penetrating into the paint and sharing the basketball. Sam Dempster, sneaky steal and a finish. He has come out on fire tonight for the Giants.
Yeah, West trying to affect another one on Deshaun Knight. Fires it over to Mojave King. Knight sizes up Sam Dempster, looks inside to Inga, who has had his fingers all over the Sharks offense in this game, and another 2 points for Braden Inga. 13, 6 for 8 from the field is Braden Inga. Then Thompson gets ready to check in for the Giants. McNaught, underarm, hits the deck hard, foul called on Romaro Gill.
McNaught almost had to shoot that to the top of the backboard to get it over Gill's arm. You see here, penetration, Gill goes after it. Just a bit of contact as McNaught was coming down to land.
Well, I've told the story about Alex McNaught before. Out of St. Kennigan College, wanted by his own school coach, Aaron Young, of course. This is last year at the Auckland Huskies when McNaught came out of school, but torn in that decision, but wanted to play for Mike Fitcher, who he played for in the NBL Showdown in 2020. Called Mike Fitcher and said, look, can I come and play for the Giants? He says, look, we give preference to Nelsonians. But if you're in town, you can come to training. Not going to fly you down. I'm not going to pay anything. Still an amateur, of course, as he gets his NCAA status. Lo and behold, Alex McNaught booked himself a flight, got himself a temporary job. You see a foul called here on Burnett. Turned up to training, and a year and a half later, he is a bona fide NBL starter.
He is, and he is going to be a star in this league for many years to come, I think.
Timeout here, Southland Sharks have called it.
Timeout this one.
The teams will talk it over. The Giants lead 37-29.
And a timeout call.
6 minutes 41 to go in the second quarter. Giants looking to solidify a top 6 spot, and more than that, Phil, a top 2 spot, as we see the mainland Poakai after a close loss to the Northern Kahu.
Yeah, and I think
Okay, so right now,
So we're just going through the 5. Come down. Kick it here. Fire it. Bring the ball back up. Fire it left. Back cut, dribble, hand off. We play it out of that.
Showing this handoff, so we need to have that guy.
Make contact and get open. Make contact, get open. Hey! Now defensively, just contain your man. Don't get too funky. Okay? Here we go. Stop talking to the ref. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Every game this season. I was just asking what I did. One to come next Wednesday night.
So the top 6, Phil, of course, gets underway at the Event Finder Stadium in Auckland from August 10 to August 14. If you finish 1 and 2 in the ladder, you get a bye. So the Wednesday night numbers 3 will play 6 and 4 will play 5. Play-in games, essentially. So 1 and 2 go straight through to a semi-final. As we see the ladder, so the Tuatara and the Giants currently in those positions.
Yeah, and I think it's vital if you, gives you a little bit of extra advantage not having to play that extra game leading into the playoffs.
On top of that, as Braden Inga steps on the sideline, if you're number 1, you always play a team that's played the night before. Because you don't play Wednesday, you play Thursday, and then you don't play Friday, you play Saturday in the grand final if, of course, you win. So you're always playing a team who's coming off a game the night before. So there's a real advantage to coming top of the pile, where the Auckland Tuatara currently sit. What a pass from Alex McNaught. And a good foul from Alonzo Burton on Trey Morning.
Yeah, so that number 1, there should be an advantage like that to the number 1 seed, and see here.
Line. Makes them both, does Trey.
Giants is dropping back into a zone press here.
Nice around the Gill screen. Inga under the post. Good line from Dejan Knight, almost threaded one thread of hands. Morning. Hesitation. Pulls up from the elbow. Off the back iron. Gill with the board.
I think Morning thought that was good. He started backpedaling as soon as it left his hand.
Mojave King with a little bit of something in the finish. So to the line goes Mojave King to convert the three-point play.
See the replay here. Little in and out dribble from King, and he just gets, once he gets by you, he's got two big long strides and he's at the basket. Super athletic, Mojave King.
Certainly is, averaging 19.6 points a game as he can't convert the three-point play. 3.5 assists, 4.5 rebounds as well. There is 2022 numbers. Fresh off a campaign with the Adelaide 36ers. Down low they go to Morning. Inga on him, up with the baby hook for right hand. Can't get it to go. Scampers to get his own rebound. And again, Gill's there now, and Gill says no, no. And the back pass from Dejan Knight is sublime. The three doesn't go. There's Amaro Gill again, this time on the offensive side. He'll travel the call.
Oh, tough one for Gill. Great job getting the offensive rebound.
Here we go. Hey, 12-2, let's go.
So Jared West back into the game for the Giants. We'll see the GJ Gardner Holmes replay. Just a little bit, one step too many down low from Amaro Gill. Here's Sam Thompson. Sharks have forgotten about him, and Alonzo Trey Morgan, I should say, wasn't ready for the alley-oop pass.
I think he's asking the ref whether he saw the Southland Shark player touch the ball. I'm pretty sure he didn't touch the ball. A little bit of gamesmanship there from Trey Morning.
Great Inga sees the funny side. Got Arrested Development look down the camera from Braden Inget, and Mojave King gets us back underway for the Sharks. Big back screen from Liam McRae. Oh, nice touch there from Mojave King. Sharks aren't going away in this first quarter at Nelson's Trafalgar Centre. The Giants lead 39-33, under 5 minutes to go in this first half, I should say. That pass from Morning to West just tapped, and just a few errors creeping in to the Giants, and Mike Fitcher isn't happy with what he's seeing, so timeout called.
Coach Fitcher definitely frustrated with that. I'm pretty sure they're going to chat about getting the ball popping a little bit, as he calls it, moving it through hands and letting the ball do the work.
We'll listen in, shall we?
Pop it. Pop it. Hey, screens. Can we get a nice early call on Braden Inga? If he slips out of it, it's okay. We live with it. If he's smart enough to start slipping because we communicate early, we live with it. We'll change. But call it early so we can get the switch done. I don't want him popping open for threes. Okay? Don't want that happening. Their ball right here. We go man to man. They're going to be in a walk-up, so we're in hard shows. We're in hard shows. Switching Braden Inga. Okay? Come on.
Let's go. Come on. They don't get 40. They don't get 40.
SouthNBL highlight show each week. This week on Wednesday at 4 p.m, such as the schedule in the SouthNBL. We're approaching the time of the season that was put back. You'll remember, Phil, we put the season back by 3 weeks, and games had to be rescheduled. So, slightly strange schedule going in. So keep an eye on your Sky Guide or NZNBL.basketbol. See what games are coming and where. But the highlight show 4 p.m. on Sky Sport on Wednesday. All the best plays, and there'll be plenty of best plays out of round 11, that's for sure. Here's Deshaun Knight firing a bullet pass to Liam McRae, who didn't reward his point guard.
We've seen plenty of highlights in this game already, and that could have been another one.
West to Morning. Right out in front again, and this time it doesn't drop for Trey Morning. Harvey King drops it off to McRae. Oh, West read that well. 2-on-2, 3-on-2, I should say, as Sam Dempster walks into a three ball. Touchdown! Sam Dempster for three.
He is automatic from the three-point line there at the moment, Dempster.
3 for 3 in this game. From downtown,
going after
5 for 5 from the field.
After his season record of 9.
Deshaun Knight back to Liam McRae. He doesn't shoot the three, hands it off to Mojave King, who doesn't think twice. Oh, rattles in, but doesn't drop.
And that was halfway down, that one just popped out.
West back to Dempster. This time he puts the ball on the floor. Sam Thompson yet to get himself going in this one. Certainly capable. We've seen it over the past few weeks. It's King. Gets his hand on that one in the air.
Could have almost caught that, King, I reckon.
Burton. Oh, that one doesn't drop either. What a tough threes to see not go in for the Sharks in the last 2 possessions. That have looked good right up until the last moment.
Definitely had a couple of good looks.
West. Oh, West takes the hand to the face. No call. Thompson step back three for the corner. And the Giants don't mind it because the three ball comes. Tim Dempster makes the piss of himself at the inbound, doesn't he?
Almost looked like he rolled his ankle a little bit there when he came down on the landing.
Deshaun Knight's three. This one doesn't go either. The Sharks just settling for threes over the past few possessions. West fires it back to Dempster. This one a contested one, and it doesn't go. Oh, Trey Morning with a great offensive board. And there is Dempster getting the two. Timeout called by the Southland Sharks.
Sam Dempster is having a whale of a game at the moment. Just everything going right for him here. See, missed free throw. Trey Morning comes up with a rebound. And Sam Dempster will dump off on the rim.
The 2 or 3 men.
No, it's not your role. It's not your role. So, we were down by 6, and you miss a bunny down there, and it's back to 4. You've got to execute that. When we move the ball, we're going to get better shots. I've done this before, boys. You've got to start trusting in what the system is. Move the ball first. Bring it down, left. Get some back cuts going. I guarantee if you start moving the ball, we'll get better looks. Hey, I spoke about this body language right now. Change it. Let's go. Coach, let's go. 1, 2, 3.
I've done this before, boys. Trust me. 30+ years.
He's been coaching for a long time.
All over the world, Rob Beveridge, including at international level with the Australian Boomers. Remember, an absolute coup when the Southland Sharks got them to come down here last year. Got them all the way to the semi-final. 2021, Jill Bolger, general manager of the Sharks, rarely misses. Here's Mojave King. Gavin Jaron in the corner. That one doesn't drop. They'd love to see a few 3 balls drop with the Southland Sharks. Has Dempster done enough to affect that one? He hasn't. It will be Sharks possession. Jaron round an English screen. Connor Cole, the youngster, puts up the 3. Oh, tickles the twine, Connor Cole.
Confidence of the young man. That's about the 8th 3-pointer in a row that the Sharks have taken.
Morning, going at the young Cole and going up to his left hand, a nice finish. What a challenge for young Connor Cole against Trey Morning and Sam Dempster. Here he is looking for back-to-back 3s. That one short. Thompson with the board. Dempster wants it. Dempster gets it. Doesn't shoot the 3 and is fouled by Jalen Jared. "17 points in the first half for Sam Dempster.
Yeah, he's realising now that every time he catches it on the 3-point line, he's got players running hard at him to run him off the line. And he's doing a good job of recognising that and getting to the basket when he can.
Dempster back to Marsh. He pulls up from 3-point land. King with the board. Spinning. Oh, Mojave King, everything but the finish. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Maybe Jared Lewis' second foul.
All the moves. Such a talent, young Mojave. Son of legendary Otago Nugget Leonard King. Play a bit of basketball against LK?
Yep, I did. Competitor. Absolute competitor.
Young Mojave spent most of his life over in Australia.
No more fouls, Blue, no more fouls.
I believe yet to be officially declared for either nation or international level.
He hasn't played any junior basketball for Australia.
Well, I know he counts as a local, so he must still, and to be a local in the NZNBL, you must still be eligible for the Tall Blacks. I think he may have played some junior basketball, but not in a FIBA event. In the eyes of FIBA, it's fair game for the Tall Blacks, so I'm sure we've had plenty of conversations. Back underway, Giants 49, Sharks 38. 40 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Jared West, but a big Trey Morning screen. Dempster, this time in the opposite corner. That was too strong. Jared West waited for it. Jared West might put one up. And nail it. Jared West for 3.
About 1 second the difference.
7 points, 8 assists for Jared West in this first half.
Could potentially be the last play.
The Giants climb over 50.
Sharks slowing it down, hunting for those final points in the half.
Second differential here, so Sharks will And for essentially the last shot of this quarter, King is fouled. Basket won't count.
But it will put Mojave King on the free throw line. Free throw line. 15 fouls for the Giants.
Frustrating one for Coach Mike Fitchett. Makes the first. Second. Someone might fancy a full court pop here. It might be Jared West. Or it might be Julian Lasari-Api. Can't get it to go. The buzzer didn't go, but the whistle did. So, well, the referees, well, there goes the buzzer. The referees will discuss that at halftime. But it is halftime here, 52-40. The Nelson Giants lead the Southland Sharks, led by captain Sam Dempster, who has 17 points and 3 rebounds. Jared West has 8 assists. Trey Morning is 1 rebound away from a double-double. At halftime, he has 11 points and 9 rebounds. For the Southland Sharks, it's been Braden Enger who did the lion's share of the damage early. He has 13 points and he's with Phil Jones.
Available in the canteen as well.
Braden, pretty tough first half for you guys. Obviously, the Giants are getting a lot of 3 balls away. What are you going to need to do to stop that in the second half?
We're just going to work on our rotations. They're showing, they're rolling, they're getting inside, kick it out, so we've got to have someone just run on.
And Bevo's obviously getting you guys to be a little bit more up-tempo. Has he talked about that before the game?
Yeah, well, that's how he's always played it. So, like, some of us coming in from last year, we knew that was what to expect, so we just got out there and go hard and, yeah, play up-tempo and just try to get some steals, hands, so just be active.
Okay. Good luck for the second half.
Appreciate it.
Please welcome on to the courts your halftime.
Sam, really strong first half from you. You're knocking the 3 ball down really well. Noticing that they're closing you out hard, getting to the paint. Your season's going well. Talk me through it.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those games. I mean, obviously they're in a position where they're coming in trying to mess things up for us. So we came in pretty focused after last week's disappointing effort. And yeah, for me, I'm just trying to take what I can get and make the most of it.
I'll keep it up. Good luck for the second half.
Great to hear from Sam and Braden at halftime as the Celtic band of Nelson come out and perform at halftime. We'll get to the Sky Broadband halftime wrap coming up after the break. Welcome back to the Trafalgar Centre. Halftime here, and the halftime wrap brought to you by Sky Broadband. Coach Mike Fitchett of the Mike Perry Nelson Giants just talking it through with his team. They've done a good job so far in the first half, keeping the Southland Sharks just at arm's length. They lead 52-40 on the back of the man in the middle of your picture, Sam Dempster, and that man on the right of yours, Trey Morning. He has 11 points and 9 rebounds as the bagpipes are in full flow here at halftime. Courtesy of the Nelson Celtic Bagpipe Band. Let's have a look, shall we, at some Trey Morning highlights.
Trey Morning done a little bit on both ends of the court, but obviously offensively he's been very tough and finishing the slam dunk there, knocking down a 3-ball, getting himself in the paint. He's definitely feeling a lot more comfortable offensively this game compared to the most recent games.
A fair few dishes from Jared West there as well. He has 8 assists for the Southland Sharks. Braden Inger with his 13 points has been sharp out the gate.
Yeah, the Giants have switched a lot on Inger, and he's just he's a tough guard for our guards, or for the Giants guards. Just because of his size out on the floor.
Braden Inger, 6 for 9 from the field. I love it when you slip into Nelson Giants mode, Phil Jones.
23 years is hard to knock out of the system, mate.
Certainly is. It was interesting to hear Braden talk at half-time about those who played with Bevo last year know how he wants us to play and just get right out there and into it. And he's impressed with more minutes tonight, really, than we've seen him have over the most of this season. As we look at the tail of the tape. So the Giants, 7 of 20 from three-point line, but those rebounds going the way of the Giants. And look at the assists. That's when we talked about Rob Beveridge talking about move the ball and good things are happen. Well, clearly the Giants are moving the ball and taking the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, 16 assists and scoring off those baskets is important. It shows that they're sharing the ball really well. Sam Dempster probably one of those guys that are reaping those rewards from those assists. 17 points.
And there are the rebounds. Trey Morning with 9, Romaro Gill with 5, and Sam Dempster has 3 rebounds, also has 3 of those steals as well, so involved in every element of the game. And as the bagpipes play us out to the break, we'll be back with the third quarter here on the home of sport, Sky Sport.
Ladies and gentlemen, give a round of applause once again, please, the Nelson Celtic Pipe Bands.
Welcome back to the Trafalgar Centre, downtown Whakatu, Nelson. The Nelson Giants lead the Southland Sharks 52-40. Hugh Baden here alongside Phil Jones, and we've been treated to just a wonderful Saturday of basketball here at the Trafalgar Centre. It started with some GJ Gardner-Holmes Tauihi action between the mainland Poakai and the northern Kahu. The Kahu getting up 70-69 in a close-fought battle with some wonderful basketball from the likes of Talia Tupaia, Trinity Baptiste. And then in the NZNBL, it's been a great first half here between these two. Sam Dempster and Trey Morning leading the way for the Giants. Braden Inga for the Sharks. And great to have that man, Rob Beveridge, back in action after, well, geez, a life-threatening fall off a roof. And it's like he's never left.
If the ball's going this way, okay, yellow, hard show. This player is switching. Okay, this guy's diving hard. Take that. The hard show is switching onto the corner. Okay, so bigs. Okay, hard show, switch. The big switching out on this. Guard fight over. We're good with that. First play, we're back to Mo. Throw it.
In fact, I can tell you tonight's
rip. Maybe play off 2 feet, up and under move. Do you want to go right side? I don't care. I could care.
And we always try and find somebody that's wearing some...
Doesn't matter. I don't care. Whatever you're comfortable with. Hey, I want us to move the ball, get it through hands, then attack. You've got to get open here. Okay, you've got to get open.
I'm going to hazard a guess there's a few friends and family of Rob Beveridge watching on from be it Southland or back in his home of Australia going, what are you doing, Bever? You know, he's out there, he's got broken ribs, he's got, you know, injured hammy, a broken shoulder blade, and I'm sure he was told by everyone to take it easy when he got back on the plane, but
yeah, I imagine this is him
Sharks
taking it easy, right? This is the game that he's growing, you know, to know and love, and it's his job, and he sees it as his responsibility to be back here and, you know, helping his team get wins. And I like the way they're playing. I like the message he's trying to give to them, and they just need to look at, the players need to look at buying into that, and they look like they are, and I think results will start coming for them.
Back underway, and it is the Sharks with the ball. Mojave King pulling up for 3 over Sam Thompson. 2, I should say. 2-pointer. Confident start from the youngster and a bit of full court pressure from the Sharks. Here's Alex McNaught driving. King read that well. Oh, McNaught comes down with it. No, he doesn't. Inga gets it over to Gill. Gill sets the screen for King. Alonso there. Knight. Oh, Sam Dempster just says, thanks very much. Leave that ball up there, I'll come and take it. And here he is going the other way. Quick first step from McNaught, back to Thompson. His 3 is short. Knight comes down with it. Mojave King in the open court and finishing. So a smart start from the Southland Sharks. Back to a single-digit deficit on that pass. Wayward.
Basketball's a funny game. I guess like many other sports, it's definitely a game of swings and momentum shifts. And right now, the Giants have come out a little bit low on energy, and the Sharks are just seem a little bit up on energy, and that's the difference right now.
Just a little tinge of nervousness perhaps around the Trafalgar Centre as Mara Gill backs it in, and that SBS remains open.
Sometimes when you play with, you know, no worries, so to speak, things like that happen.
So 6 straight points to start the second half as McNaught lines it out somehow to Sam Dempster. His 3 ball, of course, it goes down from the wing. How did Alex McNaught get that pass to Sam Dempster? Brandon Inga screen. He's Giants know not to let him shoot a wide open 3 as Inga goes to work. Knight, baseline jumper for 2, rebounded by Thompson. 9-point lead as Trey Morning spreads his stride. And that goes out of bounds off the hand of Alonzo Burton.
And I think if that had managed to find Alec Nort's hands, the next pass was going to be to Sam Dempster, who was wide open again. You know, and that's somebody that the Sharks need to lock into. Can't really help off him.
Morning sets the screen for West. Bounce past. Floater, the finish. The Giants, 2 of the 3 Giants imports, combining beautifully again.
Another assist for Jared West.
Knight goes around the Gill screen. He lobs it up for him and he throws it down.
Just another highlight in this game.
What a luxury as a point guard to know if you throw it up to the 15th floor, the center's going to go and get it. Around the back pass this time from Weston Morning.
See another three-pointer knockdown for the Giants.
King catch and shoot. That one doesn't go. Rebound Dempster. His 4th to go with his 20 points so far in this one. West walks into a 3-ball. He gets it to go. Snarls at his bench. The crowd love it. The last thing the Southland Sharks will want to see is Jared West getting dialed in. Morning. Got McNaught to his left. Goes at King and gets it to go. Timeout called. Rock Beveridge.
Just a little bit too easy right now for the Nelson Giants.
After a slightly shaky start to the 3rd quarter, Phil, they found their mojo again.
Alex McNaught with good hands, tips the ball away. I thought that Morning may have given that up and then got it back, but finishes well at the basket.
And a double-double, Phil, for Jared West. 10 points, 10 assists. 6 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
Hey,
just listening to Mike
Fitcher.
Fitcher.
The glass again. Okay, we got guys taking shots and we want to take shots. King hit one right over a tough hand. Okay, cool, yeah. Banked in mid-range, yeah, he gets behind head, we'll live with it. Okay, hey, we're gonna hit this one position. Hit this one position. Go get, force it into the corner. Take this one away, Sam Thompson, you're reading. Trey, sit right back. All right, actually, start here, but just protect rim. Protect rim. Hey, if it goes past our head, we've got to have a hell of a sprint. Hell of a sprint, okay? Fellas, can't guard us. Can't guard us. Keep this ball popping, we're good.
Lock in. Giants up doing 1, 2, 3. Let's get a kill here. Kill here, let's go.
So plenty of energy now coming from that Nelson Giants huddle as they make their way back onto the court. With a 65-48 lead. Approaching the midway point of the 3rd quarter. What can Mojave King do about it for the Southland Sharks?
Yeah, the Sharks are going to need to change something up, I think, either defensively or just to slow the Giants down a bit.
The Giants are looking to put the foot on the throat. The Sharks beat the trap beautifully in the best way possible. 3-pointers to Braden Inga. Morning. Down the lane and throws it down. Trey Morning.
That was a statement.
Liam McRae was getting out of the way of that train.
Foul called on Dempster. Deshaun Knight will go to the line to shoot 2.
Trey Morning just straight down the middle. And
or like Train Morning.
Train Morning, yeah.
Apologies. Knight hits the Razine. Late addition to the Sharks midway through the season.
Played for the Jets previously.
Multiple seasons for the Jets. This is both his free throws. Braden Inga almost taps it back in, but eventually Dempster comes down with it. Rebound number 5 for the Giants captain. Julio Lasong-Api having to look after Jared West. Morning comes to set the screen, 6 on the shot clock as West drives and finishes.
Great finish by Jared West.
Knight sees a bit of daylight as he goes to the hoop and finds King. Great dish from Deshaun Knight. West looking for Morning again, but Lasong-Api does well to get in the way of that one.
There's been quite a bit of chat about the defense, you know, from the Sharks, and it's not good enough for that at the moment. The Giants' offense is just ticking along like clockwork, knocking down shots. It makes them hard. It makes them hard to defend.
Off the back eye, that one from Dempster. Offensive ball from Morning.
That's probably the one thing they really need to tidy up, the Sharks, is making sure that the Giants are not getting any second opportunities for offensive rebounds.
A rare mistake from Jared West as that pass just out of reach of Dempster. 12 offensive rebounds to the Giants in this game, Phil. 7 to the Sharks. Here's McCray having set the screen off. Dempster, steal number 4. Morning comes the other way. Sizes up McCray. Then sets the screen for Thompson, gets it back and finishes. Well, the pick and roll game is the thing to behold from the Nelson Giants tonight.
Trent Morning's doing a great job of setting good screens and then diving hard, which always gives you that option.
Deshaun Knight waits for a screen to come his way, this time from Ian McCray. Almost a trick shot from Deshaun. Rebounded by McCray, but West just takes it away from him. He's got Thompson to his right. Dempster looking to drop it off. And that'll be Sharks ball. Jaden Jared and Connor Cole come back into the game as Inga and Knight take a seat.
Last possession by Knight, he threw it off the backboard. I think that was actually intentional, as you saw Liam McCray standing down there. He had good position. Jared West just read it. He was on the next page.
Here he is trying to make, he is making Jaren's life tough with a steal. And there's Thompson going with his left hand. He's fouled, so Sam Thompson will go on the line to shoot 2.
Jared West just turning Duran there and reaching around and getting the steal. Obviously, Swalger coming back into the game after that the ankle injury in the first half.
Big cheer for the return of the 6'11" Kiwi. Spent most of his life in Australia.
Ankles can be interesting things. Just ask Riley Bentzman about that at the moment. Obviously, his is pretty bad compared to what Swalger's was in the first half.
Individual player sponsor Hubbard's Flooring.
Double doubles for West and Morning. Assists for West, rebounds for Morning. There's McCray, hands it off to Mohave King. Connor Cole, hit a 3 already tonight. Opts for the pass this time. Lasong-Api, crossover, step back, off with the 3, and Dempster lets that go out of bounds.
Nice little hesitation there by Lasong-Api, just creating space and just short arm the 3 ball.
Nelson Giants have scored 18 points from turnovers. Dempster drops it off to Schwalger. McCray does well and comes down with the ball. Mike Fitcher willing his players into correct defensive positioning as Jaden Jaron earns a trip to the line.
Yeah, Duran just gets a little bump there from Swalger as he comes across to try and block the shot. Saw down the other end the previous offense from the Giants. Sam Dempster, a little up fake on the three-point line, and then I think he caught a little slap in the face as he went to the basket.
Jared misses his first. While we have a little bit of time, let's talk about those Taranaki Airs. We saw them in this gym last week with a win over the Giants, and on another one in midweek. They've won 4 straight now, that Air side, including that one of the games of the season last Sunday in the capital city.
Yeah, they're on a tear at the moment, and you know, we're talking a lot about the assists here in this game. Their assist to basket ratio is way up there at the moment. They are sharing the ball something wicked at present, and that's why they're beating teams, I think, because they're playing really good team basketball. And they've got 3 very solid imports and a couple of really good, well, 3 or 4 really good Kiwi guys that are contributing really well, and they're going to be a team to watch, I think, for the finals.
Exciting times, Taranaki. The Airs fans. Here's Tyler Marsh for the Giants, dropping it off to Sam Thompson. Big skip and a hop. Can't finish though. Cole with the board. Julela Songapi draws a foul. Basket won't count. Recently appeared on a social media ad on TikTok for Samsung. Drew Leo doing what he does best, throwing down slam dunks. Jalen Jaron turns the corner, cops a fair bit of contact from Schwager, so back to the line. Jalen Jaron will go.
Jared, just a little hesitation, and what these guards do good today, these smaller guards, is that they use their bodies so well. You know, they get to the basket, they see a big guy coming across the block, and they actually go into the big guy and create contact, and then that allows them to bounce off and get position and try and score. And it just looks like a foul. It takes away the big guy's space if they find it hard to jump and elevate the block shots.
This is in both. Jalen Jaron.
Free throws for the Sharks at the moment are not good.
5 for 12, 42%. Thompson down the lane, throws it down. Sam Thompson gets it. Trafalgar Center crowd loud. Schwager went for the intercept. Let it go down low to Gill. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Romaro Gill tapped off the rim by Thompson. Smart play. Sharks go again. Burton for 3. The back line. Well, we do have a foul.
I think Swalger might be called for a foul there. Just holding on to Romaro Gill as he was trying to get down to grab a rebound.
Jordan Schwager, his second foul. Alex McNaught comes into the game. Jared Burnett re-enters 2.
Just see Swalger holding Gill's arm there on the end of the frame.
Jared West sees a warm round of applause as he makes his way to the bench. 12 points, 5 of 8, 11 assists so far in this one. It's Gill. Trying to get his first to go. 38% from the Resede foul line. Another one. They do get the offensive board though, so Alonzo Burton can release some of their pain, and he does. Rattles in a 3.
Trade 2 for 3.
Alex McNaught, Julela Songapi in pursuit. Those two know each other very well from basketball in Auckland over the years.
Slow down, slow down, slow down. Good job, Joe.
Jared Burnett, student at Lincoln University, drops it off to Schwager. Just travelled as he tried to.
Couldn't gather the ball, Your feet were moving faster than the hands in that situation.
So 56 seconds to go in this third quarter. Mike Fitchett doesn't look it, but will be happy with what he's seen so far tonight. He'll be in playoff mode now. Want the Giants to keep the foot on the throat as we just have Foul called on Alex McNaught off the ball. We'll see a replay of that.
Yeah, it's team foul, so bonus. I think it was on the opposite side.
Alex McNaught, number 3, just holding on to Jalen Jarrett a little bit longer there. Might be a bit of a veteran move from Jalen.
Wasn't sure who's holding who there in that. And Alex McNaught's a little bit surprised with the call.
Sam Dempster takes a seat. Tyler Marsh back into the game for the Giants. The Sharks cannot buy a free throw right now.
Durand is a good shooter.
He's 1 for 5 from the line tonight.
There he goes.
2 for 6. Sharks 6 for 16. Bit of pressure from the Sharks defensively as McNaught again will battle the Songe Ape. Burnett tries to find an avenue. Balls to the screen. Got Romaro Gill on him. Go at him, the call from the bench, Jared, but it does just that. Romaro Gill equal to the task. It will remain Giants' possession.
That'll be block number 4 for the game. I think it probably should be number 5. I feel like they missed one. See Burnett getting to the hoop and
gets it just before it goes over the apex. As Jared West's 3 ball gets a shooter's roll.
He's pretty happy with that, Jared West.
They lead by 20 to the Giants. 10 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Songe Ape finds Gill. Boom, down the lane with purpose. Just can't get the finish. And that'll do us 3-quarter time here in the Trafalgar Centre. The Nelson Giants running away with it over the Sharks. Still 10 minutes to go though. They lead by 20. 78-58. 4th quarter to come. From the hangar after the break here on Sky Sport.
Here's the ball. You've got one shot to make this. You can go that way, you can go that way, you can choose. You want to go that way? Okay, you want to go that way. One shot. If you make this, $2,500 is yours. So you want the crowd loud, or do you want to be silence? Nothing loud, eh? Loud, he wants it loud. Well done, mate. Could have been worse. He didn't quite get there. However, that does mean next week somebody will be shooting for $3,000 cash. Thanks to our friends at Mike Bureau. Tell you what, we're going to get a few slices of salt pizza for you, my friends. Well done.
Welcome back to the Trafalgar Centre where the Nelson Giants
You're the 4.
are enjoying their work so far tonight. 78-58. They lead.
Elbow here, cut that pop.
With 1 quarter to go.
Whatever. There, got it.
Just thinking about that half-court shot that we saw there at 3 quarters. Next game, $3,000 on the line.
Well, we've seen a couple go in 2022, haven't we? We've seen one in this building. We saw one down in Cal Stadium in Otautahi, Christchurch.
You might see me go missing for the 3rd quarter.
You go practice your half-court shots. A man who knows a thing or two about half-court shots. Hit one for Wellington for the Tall Blacks way back in the day. It's Coach Mike Fitchett. And Coach, you don't often show too much pleasure on your face during a game, but you've got to be happy with what you've seen through 3 quarters of action.
Yeah, I think we can be better. But I mean, 20-point lead going into the 4th, yeah, I should be happy. But we've done a few things that coach killers and things that we need to tighten up if we want to be a championship team. So, yeah, I'll be happy in 10 minutes if we get out of here with a win.
Jared West, Alonso, excuse me, Trey Morning have been combining brilliantly so far this game. New hairstyle, new man for Trey Morning. A couple of quiet weeks and he's come out firing tonight.
Yeah, he's braided that hair and he's looking good. Come on, finish that, boy.
We'll leave you there, coach, as Alex McNaught just goes down clutching his knee in the backcourt. Not sure a referee has noticed it. They have now. For your time, Coach Fitchett.
He looks in a lot of pain. He just does. May look like his kneecap is not in the right place. Just landed heavily on his knee. Straight away he was clutching it after he landed.
So the coaching staff and the medical staff head over from the Nelson Giants. They'll take a bit of time over Alex McNaught. I hope it's just a bang, but left to the professionals.
That won't be something that the Giants will want to see. Obviously, Alex has been pivotal for their performance this year. Spearheading that defense with Jared West and himself.
Already short Nick Trathan and now Riley Benjamin. Riley Benjamin looking likely done for the season. Nick Trathan expected back on Wednesday. Alex McNaught helped to his feet by coaching staff. Trathan needs to be careful with his shoulder. It's a little smile from Alex McNaught, but that'll be something the Giants will pay a lot of attention over. A tap of support from Rob Beveridge as Alex McNaught makes his way off court.
Everything kind of looks in the right place. That's what's happening on the inside, I imagine.
Well, such is sport. We'll get back underway and the Giants will worry about that after the game. So 5.6 seconds to go on the shot clock. It'll be Giants ball. Tyler Marsh and Jared Burnett out there now. Jared West, Sam Thompson and Trey Morning.
Three. Trey Morning, you go there. Trey's the passer. T-Mark screen.
Oh, stolen. Drew Lasongi quick hands, and here he goes. Oh, he went for the finger roll instead of the dunk, and he couldn't get it to go. Ash.
Songiapi would usually get above the rim and throw that down.
With ease. Seen it on TikTok. West. Gill just scampered away from him and allowed the three ball to go. That's Jared West.
Jared West says, thank you very much.
First professional gig out of 4 years in Louisville. Jalen Durant buys himself a bit of space but misses with his three. Pop it call from Mike Fitchett. He wants that ball moving. Here's West. Back to Morning. Durant does well to put him off. Jared Burnett stepping into the lane. Realises Romaro Gill's hanging around, so have to shoot there. No, he won't. That is the power of Romaro Gill just being there.
Yeah, and Jared Burnett passed up a three-point shot early in that possession. Going to be regretting the fact that he didn't take it. I'm a big believer that a bad shot is better than a turnover. And I don't think that would have been a bad shot at all if he'd taken that early three.
Yeah, thanks to Burton. Stays there to set the screen. Burton from beyond the arc. But a stopper. Gill gets it and throws it down with authority.
Trey Morning's pretty tall, right? Romaro Gill just made him look like a guard down there.
An ill-fated stint with the Wellington Saints last year, Nick Gill. Engaged to the daughter of Kiwi rugby legend Tambai Matson. Tyler Marsh needs to get it up. Oh, one-footed floater. Tyler Marsh gets it to go.
Just use that little snake dribble there off the on-ball, managed to change direction and get himself into the middle of the paint and knocks it down.
7 points to Marsh. The youngest player in the history of the NBL when he debuted as a 14-year-old. As King's 3 is off. West, that is a beautiful pass. And Trey Morning will go to the line. Well, I need to see that pass again, because that was something special.
Yeah, that was beautiful. Right, he was always going to pass. He was looking.
Well, we're going to hear a big cheer here, Phil. Nick Davidson checks into the game, only for a timeout to be called, so back to the bench he goes for now.
Young Nick Davidson out of Nelson College, year 13 there. Lightning quick point guard.
83-60. We might listen into Coach Rob Beveridge.
No, we're going to blitz every on-ball screen early. Okay? So we're small. Okay, so they come and set this screen here. We're getting after that. Okay? This player, come and take it. Yes, it's a mismatch. I don't care. I don't care about mismatches. Offensively, we're in corner of the handoff. Come through, penetrate. Penetrate. Okay? Hey. No. On balls. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're small, drive and dish game. Let's go.
Here we go. Finish on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Finish.
So both teams head back out onto court. There is Alex McNaught, smile on his face, which is good to see. We hope that knee injury may have been too bad. As you see in the bottom right of your screen, the Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa highlight show. Thursday at 4 p.m. live on Sky Sport 3. We'll have a round and 2/3 of Tauihi in the book. Of course by TJ Gardner-Holmes. It's been an awesome round and a bit so far of TJ Gardner-Tauihi. Trey Morning makes his first here. The Giants looking to finish these last 7 minutes with playoff-like efficiency. So just turn their gaze to the pointy end of the season. 85-60, they lead the Sharks. Young Nick Davidson out there defending Jalen Jaron. As Phil Jones said, year 13 at Nelson College, so plenty of cheers about tonight if Nick Davidson does anything. There's Deshaun Knight crossing over Trey Morning, finishing. Beautiful stuff from Deshaun.
Good job, just creating space. A little crossover dribble hesitation. Trey Morning on his back foot.
Davidson looking for Morning. Gets it back. Drops it off to Sam Thompson, who throws it down.
Nick Davidson. Sam Thompson is a sneaky athlete.
He's lived often in the shadows in 2022 of Brayden England, turnaround jumper doesn't go. Of Trey Morning and Jared West is an import here with the Giants, but over the last couple of weeks he's had to put them on his back at times in close wins. Davidson finds Morning, just elevates from the elbow. Can't get it to drop. The Sharks fight over the rebound, and it's Mojave King comes down with it. Surveys his options, drives, Thompson swipes it out, but King gets it to drop. Davidson showing his speed. Highly touted out of Nelson College. West, speaking of speed, back to Davidson, catch and shoot. Nick Davidson doesn't drop. Collective groan from the Trafalgar Centre.
Everybody in this whole stadium was hoping that was going to go in.
Duran stopped in his tracks by Morning. Under 5 to go in this one. 87-64, the Giants lead. Duran goes again at Morning. Who's going to come down with that one? Nick Davison is. His way up the court. Giants actively trying to get their youngster involved. Marsh turns the corner.
Oh, hesitation. What a move. Little hands up, hesitation.
Just happened right there.
Timeout called by the Sharks.
With a timeout called, the much needed timeout by the Southland Sharks.
Well, the one they call T-Marsh will look up at the hoop, and Alonzo Burton is a good defender at NBL level.
Is next Wednesday night, the Mother with 2 Jets. We'd love to see you back here. And that is when we will find out who takes away the awards for the season at home at the next game next Wednesday. One of those awards is People's Choice. And that is where we need your help. Of course, you can fill in that form in the foyer
Out in the
tonight.
passing lane, board please, Fletch, thank you. They're out in the passing lane. When we go our zoom and they're here, let's get to back again. Okay, get back to a back. We got our catch. We zoom on the other side. Keep playing. All right. Hey, be aggressive in the paint. And you saw that hurts. You saw Sam Thompson find little cuts into spaces. Okay, if you're going to make those passes, be sure of them. All right, and then go ahead and score. They don't have a shot blocking presence in there right now, so you can be confident getting to the rim. Down here, we'll switch everything. Trey, you got like 30 more seconds for me. All right, here we go.
Finish on 2, 1, 2, 3.
Nelson, you've got to get it in the next 7 days. Because you do have to shot your ticket.
Coach Fitcher running some of his youngsters. There's an odd one out on that court right now for the Nelson Giants. Trey Morning out there with...
And he's still a youngster.
Still a youngster. 30 more seconds for me, I think, is what Mike Fitcher said at the end of that timeout.
We see
J Marsh out there alongside his brother Tyler. Here comes Deshaun Knight, not fazed by who's in front of him. Out to King, dribble off the back iron. The Sharks out here with intent after the timeout.
See a foul here on Trey Morning. A little bit of a push along the baseline.
Well, Rob Beveridge, one of the great teachers in our league, not just coaches. And he'll be using every moment of the rest of the season as a teaching moment for his roster as Harvey King. Can't get it to drop, but we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
I would imagine we're going to see a bit of pressure here from the Sharks on this Giants lineup and see whether they can turn the ball over a little bit. Opportunity here for these young guys from the Nelson Giants to see whether they can handle that pressure.
Harvey King makes the first.
Well, J Marsh, number 25 for the Giants. One of the great nicknames in the league. Simply Beef.
2 from 2 for Harvey King.
I believe it's a hereditary nickname.
Yes.
His father also nicknamed Beef. Here is Beef. Fires it over to Davidson. Morning. Going to work. Fouled. Dylan Duran might need to be called for that foul. He is.
J Marsh now on for the Mike Perry Nelson Giants.
That'll be Trey Morning's night as Corbin Mason checks into the game. Another student out of Lincoln University. Down from the North Island to study and into the Giants program. So 2 Lincoln University students out there, and Jerry Burnett and Corbin Mason. Tyler Marsh drives out the back door. Nick Davidson for 3. Off the back iron. Big rebound for Tyler Marsh.
Great rebound.
6 on the shot clock. Burnett, goose step to Mason. Looks to pass it back to him, but he can't. And here come the Sharks the other way. That pass just a little low off the boot of Duran.
J Marsh.
Of course, the Giants safe in their heads ahead as Jared Burnett high off the glass. Mason with the rebound and just loses it out of his hand on the layup. Knight, catch and shoot. Short. Davidson and King fighting for the rebound. One of them's going to end up in the stands. It will be Sharks ball. Talk about the head-to-head. We've seen some games in the last couple of weeks, Phil, even though the result might be finished, that both teams going hard, and that's because they're fighting for head-to-head. The Giants got the win down in Southland earlier in the season, so they already own the head-to-head, and obviously comfortable with which way the wind's going to go tonight. Mike Fitchett happy to let his youngsters have a run.
It has quite big implications for those teams that are fighting to get into the top 6 or are in the top 6 and trying to get those top spots, particularly those top two spots.
Panama showing off the handles, hitting a slight frustration foul off Deshaun Knight.
Yeah, he's really grown with confidence over the last couple of games. It's great to see. That's what happens when you get a few minutes under your belt and you feel a little bit settled in the game.
Would have played in some games, Phil, where, not to bring up these memories, I think Davison still looks for his first NBL bucket, just can't get it to go. Oh, Connor Cole, bodies everywhere. And that is certainly a foul against the Nelson Giants. Take your pick, which one?
A bit of a scrum on the three-point line of the Sharks in.
Panama shakes to see it's Garth Jepson comes into the game for some minutes that he'll cherish. I was going to say, Phil, you would have played some games, memories you probably won't like to relive, where you've been losing and the opposition team has put out their extended bench. And what's it like for a senior player? You look at the likes of Deshaun Knight and Alonzo Burton having to play against, in some instances, school kids. What a move that is from Drew Lasong-Ape.
Yeah, it can be a little bit frustrating, but I guess the thing is, that you put yourself in that position, you've got to deal with it, really.
Gibson now putting his hands on the
Mason with the shot. Go! Connor Cole, though. What a block.
You just mentioned young Garth Jepson had just checked into the game. Now, this is a guy that we would all like to see in the open court. He can absolutely fly.
Big block from Connor Cole. Gary Burnett, and that might have just come off his own calf. It did. So Jay Marsh, call for the foul. I was going to say, had the unenviable task of looking after Deshaun Knight. Frustrated Deshaun Knight.
Yeah. Jay Marsh, he actually did a pretty good job of guessing which way Knight was going to go. He just couldn't move his feet fast enough to get in front.
Go, push him a little bit.
So Knight fires a pass out to Lasong-Ape. Contested 3-ball drops from Drew Leo. Mason just loses his footing.
Yeah, I think that's a good call from Tim Brown there. Definitely a bit of contact as Davison tried to go behind the back.
Forearm to the chops for his trouble.
Turn. Connor, turn.
Jay Marsh inbounds to Nick Davidson.
Yeah, reverse it. Here we go.
Crowd baying for a Nick Davidson bucket, I think. That pass wayward. Alonzo Burton goes and gets it. Drew Leo to his left. He goes right at the Nelson Giants. Connor Cole working hard out there as the young Southlander. In the dying embers of this game, Deshaun Knight get into a spot, can't get it to drop. Rebound Davidson.
Go now, Corbin. Go. Come on, get it.
Jepson for three. Can't get it to go. Long time between buckets for the Giants. But the young group out there as Deshaun Knight drives and is fouled.
They're not doing a bad job of getting looks, though, you know, and that's the, I suppose, the difference between playing plenty of minutes and seeing Tyler Marsh is feeling a lot more comfortable out on the court and being brand new to the style of play and the speed of the game, and you know, the stress of making your first shot in the NBL. You know, those types of things all add a bit of pressure when you're out there on the court, especially as a youngster just stepping onto the court for one of the first times.
Tyler Marsh made the last bucket for the Giants. was at the 4-minute 34 mark. Valuable experience for these young Giants. 14-point game, under a minute to go. Pass wayward and into the score bench.
Norman, come help him catch, play. You got it, Mo? Down away to
King driving. He'll go to the line to shoot too. Will Mojave King. $18 points for Mojave. We haven't seen the spectacular highlights we've become accustomed to see from him. The Giants, for the most part, through the first 3 quarters, did a good job keeping him relatively quiet.
Yeah, the Giants have had a pretty consistent defensive end this year, and they would have been well scouted, and they understand that Mojave King is an extremely talented player, and they would have been focusing in on him for sure.
Mason, little pass got wayward, and King again comes up with it. Spins, foul, back to the line. Will go Mojave King.
Beef, you might need to hang around for the catch.
I bet I'm just thinking internally how he's going to go through all this tape on Monday morning when the youngsters come in.
I'd imagine that they'll probably only do up to about 3.5 quarters.
Long. Rebound and go long.
So a 10-point game. The score isn't going to reflect what we've seen in the majority of this game, Phil. Can the Giants give the Trafalgar Centre something to cheer about at the end? The final result. Davidson might size up Connor Cole. Oh, Deshaun Knight with a perfectly timed reach. Oh, he put that out in the air as well and a finish.
That was a bullet pass, and he managed to catch that.
Foul there for Drew Leo. Lasonga Api.
No foul, Blue, no foul.
This has been quite a long minute in the game, this one. Quite a few fouls towards the end of the game.
Certainly has. So the Giants, Phil, will go to 9-4. Tuatara sit 9-5. The Giants will have a game in hand, of course. Burnett misses. There, Lasonga Api's 3-ball. Can go back and get his own rebound. Deshaun Knight says no thank you, and that'll do us. Well, a slow end to what was, for 3.5 quarters, a great performance by the Nelson Giants. Seeing off the Southland Sharks, 89-81. As the teams shake hands at the end of this one. The Giants were led by Trey Morning's 24 points, 12 rebounds. Jared West's 18 points, 11 assists. Sam Dempster's 20 points, and 5 rebounds and 5 steals. The Sharks, of course, the late scratch, Winston Shepherd III. Good to see Alex McNaught walking as he shakes hands with the team. And we can head over and hear from the captain of the Giants, Sam Dempster, who's with Phil Jones.
Sam, good hit out for you guys. Obviously, a good opportunity to get those young boys onto the floor at the end. What are your thoughts about their nerves potentially in the game at the end there?
Yeah, I mean, it was a good wake-up call for a few of them. I mean, that's the level of the NBL, big step up. I mean, obviously, it's great to have Nick Davidson, who's still at school, so good for him to get a taste of what the school level's like. But yeah, I mean, they'll learn from it, and but yeah, overall, great win.
And Tyler Marsh seems to be fitting in quite nicely with the few injuries you guys have got. Any word on Alex McNaught and what he's done?
Nah, we'll try to stay positive. Obviously, we've got a few already, but yeah, like you say, Tyler Marsh's been fantastic, stepping up, and we'll just roll with the punches.
Well done tonight, and good luck for the next one.
Sam Dempster certainly stayed positive this season. He is having a career season and 20 points, 70% from the field in this one. 7 for 10, 4 for 7 from beyond the arc. And he did it all in 2 quarters, or 2.5 quarters really, before Mike Fitchett played it cautious with his captain and sat him down. And described as the beating heart of the Nelson Giants in 2022 and another great season. Well, tough night for the Sharks, but one of the shining lights was Braden Inga, and he's with Phil Jones.
Yeah, Braden, obviously a pretty tough one for you guys tonight, but I think there were some good things that I saw out on the court. What do you think you guys need to work on just to move forward?
You know, we've got 5 more games to go, so we've just got to be on the same page. I think our defense all season's been pretty poor and not up to standards of what we know we can do. You know, like we look at our scores throughout the last few weeks. We know we can score the ball good when we get going, but yeah, it's just that defense we've got to knuckle down and, you know, just have to take pride in it.
And you personally, have you got anything coming up after the NZNBL? Are you looking to go overseas again and play?
We'll see. We'll see. Yeah.
All right. Not letting the cat out of the bag, eh?
No.
Okay, take it easy.
Well, the coy Southland Sharks, if I can keep the fish analogy going. Braden Inga, but he did a job today in more minutes than we've seen from him for the majority of this season. But confident when shooting from the mid-range and worked hard in the post driving as well. 18 points, 8 of 13 from the field, 5 rebounds, a couple of assists from Braden Inga. As the GIN just surveys her work, we can head back to Phil Jones, who's got Trey Morning.
Trey, obviously a good win for you guys, sporting a new haircut.
Yeah.
Obviously a new haircut, new man out on the court. You're feeling pretty good about things tonight?
Yeah, we got to win. We got to win. We dropped one last week. We're still top of the table, and as long as we keep on winning, we'll stay there. So it's great to win.
And yourself and Jared West seem to have a real nice combination to go. Have you been focusing on that this week?
Jay West is a good dude. He understands the game of basketball. He's helped me out a tremendous bit, and I hope I help him out as well. And, you know, we just play off of each other. He has a lot of experience. He's a very smart player, and he's a joy to play with.
And this week I've seen you out in the community doing a bit of coaching. I see that you've possibly picked up a team that you're coaching, Nelson College.
Oh, yeah, shout out to the boys at Nelson College. We got a game. We got practice tomorrow, then a game, I think, Tuesday. So, yeah, the guys are a pleasure to be around. Sammy D's the head coach, and he's invited me to come by a couple times. And I just love being around the game of basketball and to be able to help kids out as well, young men out, is awesome.
Hey, great job, and great you're giving back to the community. All the best for the rest of the season.
Thanks, Bill. Take care.
Well, not a bad assistant coach if you're a student at Nelson College who plays some basketball. We saw multiple two-handed throwdowns from Trey Morning in this one as he showed his game from inside and out, combining just beautifully with fellow American Jared West. Showed his touch, showed his power, showed his finesse, and showed his smarts. He's been a star in this league since he touched down at the start of 2022. He's certainly a fan favorite here at the Trafalgar Centre. It's tough to throw down when Romaro Gill is patrolling the paint. He had 4 blocks at least to go with his 8 points, and he's with Phil Jones.
And Romaro, pretty good performance by you tonight. 4 blocks. Always wanted to know, a big guy like yourself, how do you find the pace of the game when you're playing this style of game where it seems to be up-tempo?
I mean, you know, like, it's fast for a big guy like me, but so I try to keep up with him. Especially like when it's all the like smaller guys and you know they can move quicker. So I try to work on like when we go back now, like doing sprints and stuff up and down the court, so to like keep my pace up to get up with them, and like so whenever like I switch on them, like I can keep up instead of like getting beat, something like that.
Yeah. And heading into the later part of the season for you guys, what are the things you think you're going to work on just to get yourself a few wins heading into the last few games?
Honestly, man, I just feel like we just got to trust in each other more, keep the ball moving, because I feel like the ball is sticking a lot, and the coaches talk about it a lot too. So I feel like, I mean, we got 5 games left. I feel like if we can move the ball great, I think we'll get able to get a couple of wins before it's all over, you know? Yeah.
Well, all the best for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.
Good luck. Thank you.
And every time he's patrolling the paint, you're going to see plenty of that. blocks from Romaro Gill, but he can do it at both ends. He affected just about everything, anytime. And Nelson Giant entered the paint when he was patrolling. The hardest to plan for in the South's NBL. The losing effort for the Sharks. And a good night for the Giants here at the Trafalgar Centre as the fans are out on court. We see the stats, 89-81, they've won. Flashes the Sharks slightly with the last 5 or 6 minutes being given to the youngsters of the Giants. 24 assists to 13, the telling stat there as the Giants play some beautiful team ball. And there they are atop the South's NBL ladder. And how's the points difference there? Just so far apart from anyone else so far. 9-4, and they'll have their eyes firmly set on Event Finder Stadium for the week of August the 10th to the 14th, the NBL Final 6. Plenty more games to come as we see the results so far in round 11. Wins for the Airs, Bulls, and now the Giants. Saints take on the Nuggets tomorrow. The Tuatara take on the Rams, and then some Monday and Wednesday action. Hawks, Nuggets, and the Giants play their final game at the Trafalgar Centre in 2022 when the Manawatu Jets come to town. It has been a fantastic afternoon and evening of basketball here at the Trafalgar Centre. Turhi Basketball Aotearoa, followed by the South's NBL. Our pleasure to bring it to you here at Sky Sport. We'll see you next time.
Don't be a fool,